I've never told anyone about this, but when I was 14 to 16, every single night, without fail, and I say this with no shame, I would fantasize about stories and situations with an anime character. Every single night. 2 years, and I kinda needed to do it before I went to sleep. That's how lonely I was, and many times I would actually get genuinely depressed and almost cry myself to sleep because it would bring me to the thought of, why can't she just walk into my life? Why couldn't someone like that just come and save me and pull me from the trenches and make my life colorful? And I would hold on to that pointless hope every single day without doing anything to change. Because you watch those anime and those TV shows where the main character is kinda like you. Pathetic. Useless, fat, underweight, lacks social competence, lacks charisma, and yet a wonderful girl comes into his life and saves him from his negative emotions and his terrible circumstances and his self-pity. But the truth is that's never going to happen to you in real life. I waited for so many years. I've never had any female attention until I started self-improvement. And after starting self-improvement, it took me about 8 months to get into a relationship of any sort. Instead of hoping every day that she walks into your life, you must think what you can do to become that ideal guy for your ideal girl to desire for. What does she like? Look at yourself right now, and I say this with love. If you're even thinking this way, you are largely incompetent. You're probably fat, underweight, you probably don't take care of yourself.
Thank you so much for helping our family.
You probably bury yourself in self-pity and talk about suicide all the time when you know you're not gonna kill yourself anytime soon. Stop using that as a way to gain attention or to validate your suffering. No one's coming to save you, and you don't deserve any love if you haven't loved yourself yet. People will lie to you, tell you you're perfect the way you are, but you know you're not. You're not good enough, and no one is allowed to tell you that, are they? But you know that yourself, and subconsciously you hold on to that. And the way to cope with that is not to lie to yourself and tell you that you're perfect the way you are, and someday she'll come. Or maybe your ego tells you that if a girl would even try to get to know you, then they'll understand how valuable you are because you do this, and you're actually very interesting, and you're actually a very good person. You're not that special. And those perceptions you have about yourself are only true if your results reflect it. I say this with so much love because I was lonely for so long, and nobody dared to tell me any of this. The more get more and the less get less. You will only keep digging yourself a hole unless you're willing to accept that you can change and you can deliberately make moves to move in the right direction. You want her to be gorgeous. You want her to be family oriented. You want her to be sweet, kind, caring, witty. You want her to show you a lot of affection. You want a wonderful partner that will be your teammate for life. And you want to be proud of her. You want other people to be jealous of you. But what do you offer a girl like that? What do you bring to the table? Look at you, you play video games so much. You can't hold a conversation without scratching your belly and scratching your neck and moving your shoulders all over the place. You can't sit still while talking to somebody. You can't keep eye contact. You can't even talk to that person you're interested in. You have nothing going for you. You're not good at anything or even decent at anything. You don't dedicate yourself to anything. You're living life directionless, and you expect that girl to just walk into your life. You have no hobbies, your character lacks depth because you put so much pride in seeking comfort because that's what your culture told you to do. They complain every time a responsibility is given to them. And you do the same. And because of that, you have no new experiences. You don't pick up any responsibilities because comfort is so valuable to you. You sit there scrolling on your phone, thinking something will happen, thinking something will change. But guess what? Nothing ever happens. Since I was 13, I've been waiting for a girl to walk into my life without doing anything about it until I was 17 or 18. I thought that it was just luck, it was just something that would happen. Someone would come and pull me out, but I waited and nothing happened. You offer the world nothing. And I say this from a place of love. It is absolutely terrible to say these things, but I bet you would find it very refreshing to hear. You get so easily irritated by your parents. You argue with your siblings instead of understanding that you're life's teammates. You complain about how terrible life is when you haven't tried to offer it anything. You haven't tried to put in any actual effort into anything. You're so cynical. You assume what someone is like from afar. Why would she want to walk into your life? It's miserable. And you made it that way. But you can change it. You absolutely can. You really can. You really can. There's so many ways you can deliberately challenge your fears. You can start doing so many things right now in order to improve your life. And you know exactly what to do. You know exactly what to do. You're just pointlessly waiting for the next chance to glamorize your suffering and dig deeper into your self-pity. Because that's easier than putting in effort and failing. And all you've ever done in life is enjoy that comfort and become addicted to it. You know exactly what the next step is to get better. I'll just name a few right now, but you would have already thought of it. Gym, read, challenge fears, pick up new experiences, get better at studies, join clubs. You know every single one. You know exactly what to do in your position, but you don't do it. She's never going to come. Why would she come? Why do you deserve her? Why doesn't the person who has put in effort into himself deserve her more than you have? Because you don't. And right now he's gonna get her, not you. Because he has chosen to finally change, and you haven't. You know exactly what to do next. And you better start today. I love you so much. I really do. I have so much empathy for you. Start today. 2 months later, you're gonna become phenomenally different. And every day you get closer to finding her. If you don't even love yourself, how can you even hope for the girl of your dreams to walk into your life? You're gonna condemn that woman that you want to protect with everything, to all your problems and all your insufficiencies and all your insecurities and all your negative emotions, your trauma, your terrible coping mechanisms. You're gonna condemn her to all of that. Nah, that's not who we are. You're a good man. You just need to learn to confidently express that. And you must heal from all your trauma and then step out into the world and pick up those experiences again. Go to social events, climb the social hierarchy, and become more competent in whatever you're doing right now. Make yourself more interesting by having new experiences, having hobbies, having things that you are dedicated to, having passions, being driven at something. Until the day you fully love yourself, you're never gonna find her. I promise you that. Wake up. I love you so much. I genuinely hope that one day you can genuinely smile at how far you've come, as you have the girl of your dreams in your arms and a wonderful family around you. To a better world.